Hey everybody, welcome back to theclinicaltrialsguru.com. Again, it's theclinicaltrialsguru.com. Keep your questions coming in, they are awesome. You can also email me, Dan at theclinicaltrialsguru.com, or find me on any social network you can think of, like just about all of them. I love Snapchat, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. Of course, LinkedIn is huge, Rami, for people in this industry. Are you on LinkedIn?
Yes.
Add Rami Farag, F-A-R-A-G, first name R-A-M-Y. Okay, he's my videographer, / study coordinator, / buddy. What else? Brain surgeon? In Egypt, he was a surgeon, right? So, let's get right into the show. Today's question is a business-related question. Someone in the industry wants to learn how to get more studies without being so annoying on LinkedIn. So it's a very good segue from LinkedIn. We were just talking about your profile to this person's question. So if you're on LinkedIn, basically everyone in this industry is. You probably get a lot of spam emails. I know I do. I get a lot of cold emails like, hey, I'm looking for a job, all kinds of stuff. That's not the way you want to approach somebody. So especially for us research clinics or even CROs, if we're looking to get more studies for our companies, we first go to clinicaltrials.gov. There's all kinds of ways of finding out which studies. There's so many filters on that thing to find out which studies are new, brand new, which studies are actively seeking study participants. My favorite is active but not yet recruiting, because it means it's still early enough for you to approach the project manager. So sometimes you'll get lucky. I would say about half the time you'll get lucky and you'll see a contact person on clinicaltrials.gov for that particular study. If you don't, you may have to pay ZoomInfo and find contacts like whoever is in charge of clinical research at that particular pharmaceutical company or CRO for their information, like email, phone number. So emailing the person is fine, calling them is fine, but what you really want to do, you want to find them on LinkedIn, you want to add them, but you don't want to send them a message directly on LinkedIn because they probably get bombarded with these things. So what I would do, and what I have started doing lately, is going on Twitter, finding these people on Twitter. About 16% from my data, about 1 out of every 6 people on clinicaltrials.gov or on LinkedIn is actually on Twitter. So for those ones, I got lucky. I start interacting with them. If they start talking about eating muffins at a certain restaurant, I butt in because Twitter is okay to do that. It's like a cocktail party. And I start talking about what I like to eat in the morning. If they talk about their exercise routine, whatever people talk about on Twitter. Do you have a Twitter, Rami?
Yes.
What do you talk about? What do you talk about? Soccer?
I'm not usually using it. So
Oh, you don't use it?
Yeah.
Ah, well that's different.
I use LinkedIn every day. But no.
LinkedIn every day, not Twitter. Okay, so Rami's a bad example. Start using Twitter more, man.
Okay.
Alright, make sure you do that. So you find people talk about whatever, sports. I'll interject. After a couple back and forths, they're going to click on your profile to see who the heck you are, right? And then they might say, okay, this guy's in the same industry as I am. Right now you haven't cold pitched, cold called, any of that stuff. It's all been warm, okay? Gary Vaynerchuk, one of my mentors, it calls it jab, jab, and then throw the right hook. So all we're doing is we're just engaging in small conversation with these people. If they're not on Twitter, because 5 out of those 6 are not going to be on Twitter, you want to create, for a very low budget, a Facebook ad, a dark post, so no one else sees it except the people you target specifically. If you need help doing this, my consulting team can do it for you. 949-415-6256, or just email me. You create a Facebook ad targeting just people working at the company that you are looking for, the company that you found on clinicaltrials.gov, where this individual is working, and you hopefully get their attention or one of their colleagues' attention. Now we get into the question of what kind of content do you create? Well, try to reverse engineer it. Think of what they would want to be looking at on Facebook, or what would attract their attention right away. if they're a sponsor and you're a research clinic, they're probably looking at ways that research clinics can work better with sponsors or provide more value for the sponsors, or maybe different ways research clinics try to cut corners, all right, because these things are rarely talked about, and you might get some engagement from them. Have a landing page to your page, whatever, maybe an infographic. And speaking of infographics, I'm probably going to create an infographic based on this video. So that's how I would approach someone I find on clinicaltrials.gov. And then of course just keep following up, email, phone call, avoid the LinkedIn message, engage on Twitter, Facebook ad, dark post, targeting just their company. And if they're on Pinterest or Instagram or anything else, you probably won't find them on Snapchat, but Pinterest and Instagram, start engaging with them based on what they like, okay? You can even take it one step further. If you really want this study, maybe send them a gift. That's something I have experimented with, and it works. It works. You don't want to send them a bribe necessarily, but a nice gift. Say, hey, thanks for thinking of us. We're here. Let me know if I can work with you in the future. I usually send things out to people after they've selected my site for a study, just to say thank you. So lots of ways we can get studies in this market where there's a low study supply. This is Dan from theclinicaltrialsguru.com. Thanks and take care.